All right, Joe. Looks like what Nick Cannon ended up doing was going back to working with Viacom. That's just the way it looks from something that I read this morning. And this is what I'm saying, right? That oftentimes these types of ideologies, man, that people profess, to be, gods and all this other stuff. This is usually typically where it ends up because it's a belief system that doesn't really have next to it like any type of like moral code. It doesn't have with it any sets of principles or anything like that you fall back on in order to keep the message going. Like what it is like it's literally niggas making stuff up as they go along. So when the heat comes on and things get hot, this is what you get. You get people folding like Nick Cannon kind of did. Now the difference between like that and real authentic belief systems or religions of God or whatever you want to call it. I know some of you have a problem with the word religion, that sort of thing. The difference is you come out there, you make your claim, like say any prophet, whether it's Moses, whether it's Jesus, whether it's the prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, or any of those prophets, Noah, they make their claim, right? Because, God sends them. And then they prove who or what they are to the prophets. And then after that, there's a test that comes. And what you'll never see with any prophet or anyone like that is them folding. Like, so the Bible is full of these types of stories. The Quran is full of these types of stories. Tradition is full of these types of stories where they overcome that. But when you have like an ideology, and it's the same thing that happened with Clarence 13X, who claimed to be, Allah and the person and all this kind of stuff. He really was just a gambler. He was an alcoholic, all these types of things, because there's no moral code to it. You just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. And he ends up you could just read his biography, man. The dude just ends up dying, probably OD'd or something like that, because it's all just nonsense. Same thing with the boy W.D. Fard, who started the Nation of Islam. He's just a Turk who came over here. And he probably found, Elijah Muhammad back then when he was Elijah Poole, young guy. He probably, what I heard, man, is that he found him just really strung out, on alcohol. And kind of cleaned him up and tried to teach him something about Islam. Now, it's likely that what he was teaching Elijah Muhammad was called Ahmadiyya teachings. Ahmadiyya teachings, for anyone who knows, is like it's just a fake, false cult that calls itself Islam. And he lashed on. He really taught him that stuff. So then, when W.D. Fard, of course, was exposed, for taxes and a number of other things, man, because he was like a little oil. I believe he used to sell like material, like silks and stuff like that. Back in the 1930s, he ended up leaving. Probably got deported. Probably deported his ass up out of here. And then that's when Elijah Muhammad, he went to jail for some time. Then he came out, and then he came up with the Nation of Islam teachings. And with that, he had explained what happened to this dude. He tried to tell people was God. And what Elijah Muhammad did was he took and made his own version of the Ahmadiyya story. Because the Ahmadiyya story is some nonsense about some guy, Ghulam Ahmad, some Desi guy who claims to had been a prophet. He claimed to have been the Mahdi, because the Mahdi is part of our tradition, the Muslim Sunni tradition of a guy who's going to come at the end of time. He's going to aid Jesus Christ, this type of thing, right? So, or he's going to like prepare the Muslim world for Jesus Christ's coming. That's in our tradition. Now, Ghulam Ahmad claimed to be this guy, And there was a lot of people who were claiming to be Mahdis. There was a Mahdist movement in Sudan, and it's just a whole another thing. But anyway, Elijah Muhammad took and he just made his own version of that, a black version of this Desi guy's whole movement in India. But Elijah Muhammad, of course, claimed to be a prophet himself. He claimed that the guy who got deported, the foreigner who got deported, was God. He called him Allah. So from this sprung all of these little movements, especially like the 5%er movement later, which is nonsense. But all you gotta do is look at the end result of all these guys. You got Louis Farrakhan still continuing this nonsense, and why people even still listen to this guy when it comes to anything spiritual, religious, is beyond me. He says some good things when it comes to the black experience, but so do a lot of people, right? But at any rate, now Nick Cannon, he folded, man. Yeah, clearly folded. Because that's what happens with that type of stuff. You still got Professor Griff out here, talking whatever he's talking, but he's a Farrakhanite, so, he's just following his teacher, I guess, to the grave. Hopefully, he won't. He'll wake up. But that's what it looks like he's doing. Like I said, the video that I just put out is Black Man God. And it's an answer to the questions of Mike Rashid. I hope you guys, man, check it out, because there's a lot of good information in there. Like I said, my channel is kind of new, especially when it comes to this type of stuff. So, I need y'all to just give it a shot, and kind of listen, just to and just get the information. I don't really care about becoming this whole big channel and making money off of this. I got money, that I make through other means. So that's not even what I care about. What's important is that we can share ideas and share information and share knowledge and build like that. That's really what's important. All right, so check that video out. I just dropped it last week. It's entitled what is a God? And I'm dropping a lot of theology, that I studied. Okay. So anyway, man, and then this too, we got this election coming up, which I'm going to talk about. So you got a choice between Donald Trump, who is just riding the wave of that the post Tea Party and all of that kind of stuff. All he did was grab those same damn people, remnants of them, and try to run with their nonsense. And he took it to the next level. So you got him, and then you got the Zionist Joe Biden that you could try to that you got to choose from. And I'm going to talk a lot about that because, you black people, man, you Negroes, you got to get off of this Democratic Party thing. I'm not saying vote for Trump either. What I'm saying is build your own to where it doesn't matter, and put yourself in a position where you treat a politician the way a politician is supposed to be treated. What they are is a servants for hire. That's what a politician is. All right, but we don't seem to get that. We seem to look for saviors in politicians, that's not the way bosses operate. So anyway, Nick Cannon folded as I thought he would to the white imperial, whatever you want to call it, rulership, which dominates, and I'm not surprised. So anyway, man, next time, Flan Speaks, I'm out.